everyone's Dragon Fireflies, and I got a new camera. Well, a new phone. And so this is my test run of how well the camera works for my videos. Hopefully it turns out better when it gets processed once I put it on YouTube than what it looks like now, because right now it looks kind of grainy and shitty. And I hope it turns out better. But this is my Ostara Altar. Ostara is on the 20th, which is Monday, and I don't know when I'm going to celebrate it, tomorrow or Monday night. I'm still in high school, so doing really long rituals on a school night is not always fun, but oh well. So yeah, we'll just take you around the altar. Chalice, offering bowl. This is actually, the paper from, well, the label paper from the soap that I bought from the store up in town. And actually, it is filled with a bunch of like seeds and stuff, and you can plant it in the spring and it grows wildflower, which is really cool, and I'm excited to try that out. So I'm going to like bless and do stuff with that for Ostara. So usually every year for Ostara, I have the 4 elements in like the cross quarters. But this year I didn't really envision doing that because I have these ceramic eggs on here in the back. And those are like usually the decorations that I have like up around, like up there. Because there's like this whole ceramic set that my mom gave me that she made. These are actually handmade by my mom when she was like really young. So she gave it to me. And I usually just use it as decoration, like, not on my altar. But this year I'm just like, you know what? Spring, eggs, let's do it. So, here we are. The 4 elements are actually sitting more on top of the moss. Usually my theme is kind of like to have it look like everything's just, like, growing out of the moss. And that was kind of cool, but, like, you couldn't really see the actual symbols when they were, like, down in the moss. So I kind of have them sitting on top, and they kind of tend to fall over a bit, which is sad, but hopefully they will stay standing up throughout the ritual. I still have their elemental crystals. There's citrine there. It's kind of hard to tell, but there's like one for fire there, malachite for water there, water for earth there, sodalite for water there. And then I didn't really plan this because I knew I had ceramic eggs and like I wanted to go around the background. But when I took them out of the packaging, I was like, oh cool, they actually like the colors correspond with the elements, which is awesome. So there's an egg for air, fire, earth, water, and those 2 in the back are for god and goddess. The labradorite egg, my crystal baby, which I love. Ooh. The lighting's actually picking something up on camera for once. Oh my gosh. The labradorite egg back there is for spirit. And then, of course, I have the rose quartz egg here in the center. Surrounded by my 3 garnets and the amethyst right there. Garnet is a stone for Ostara because, although Ostara is, would seem to be more of a feminine kind of thing because it deals a lot with earth, it actually has an element of fire to it. It's like the fire in the earth, like the earth's core is legit, well, not the core part, but the mantle is legit fire. And it has its own, it's actually supposed to be a balance, obviously, since the black and the white candles, the dark half of the year turning to the light half of the year. There's my working candle in the back there, so like it is a balance. That's the whole point, is that it's a balance of dark and light, but it's also a balance of fiery masculinity and earthly femininity. So that's kind of what I was aiming for. And also, of course, the whole symbolisms of rebirth and everything, so hence the eggs. And then there's my point phantom quartz there, and my selenite sphere there. We are now in the Celtic month of Alder, which is that symbol there. God statue with their own crystal things are always there. His sunstone, her moonstone, 2 illuminator candles, and then, yeah, the mirror. There's the mirror here, which I always have. It's kind of like its own, like, water reflective thing. I just think mirrors are a really great symbolism for Ostara. It's a very beautiful thing. And, of course, the moss for earthly symbols. There's a bit of loose agate there and there. And then my grounding labradorite and my pentacle. So yeah, that's all of that. It's the earth one is falling over. As you can see, that's the one that falls over the most. I'll have to fix that at some point. And then the rest is just decorative fun stuff. The egg looks really cool. I didn't actually, last year I used like this more softer moss instead of this like more granular moss for the middle. But like I was, this setup like took up all of my soft moss, so I just kind of had to like improvise with one of the like, this moss came out on like the roll. So I just kind of had like improvise with that, and it came out looking really nice, and it's really pretty, and I really love it. So yay! And then I do have altar updates for the other two altars as well. Hopefully the lighting stays good. Okay. So the other two altars have been more simplified, kind of. They've been stuff has just been moved around. I don't really add stuff to my altars anymore because they're kind of already done being built. So now stuff just gets moved around, taken off, and stuff just kind of gets replaced. So, Hecate's altar, as usual, her middle thing. I actually got new black candles, and I'm going to turn on the light because it is very gloomy outside, and there's like no natural lighting, so hey, you know what? This camera isn't making everything look orange. That's amazing. I think I love this camera more than my old phone. Awesome. So I actually got new taper candles. Trying to get the lighting to not be a dark thing. Okay, there. I'll just have to stand back. So new taper candles. What are you doing? The lighting's being weird. I'm sorry. New taper candles. Her center thingy with all her crystals that are around it, as usual. Her skull jug. Little cornelian skull there. There's the amethyst seer stone dragon's egg thingy there. Her granite pillar. And again, the lighting is doing something weird. I am sorry. Her two illuminator candles. Then there's the bone that, maybe if I stand from this angle. Okay. The bone that I had found last summer. My smoky quartz there, the other smoky quartz there. Hematite on either end. Then this is like my, if you actually like look at the designs on the plate itself, it's actually like either crows or ravens. Can't really tell, and then some other stuff. But that's her own little offering plate there with my tiny skull and then her 3 keys. And then of course over here is the gem bowl, which I had actually made in art class 2 or 3 years ago. And that just has like my, the obsidian air point, my amethyst pendulum, and then a crap ton of crystals in there. Her cauldron, which is a symbol of hers, obviously. Peacock ore, amethyst, and aquamarine for her 3 elemental aspects, earth, water, and I guess you could say spirit, but it's air, sky. Earth, water, sky. That's what I meant. Because amethyst can technically be considered an air stone. At least I consider it to be an air stone, so yeah. Those are around there. And then inside her cauldron is actually, it's hard to tell, but there's 3 rough pieces of tourmaline and then my obsidian heart inside the cauldron, which took me forever to get it to like be able to sit up without falling flat. So finally achieved it. I don't think I'm ever going to change this altar because I finally got it perfect. So yeah, that's her update. And then of course there's her the skull bead thingy and the, oh my gosh, dream catcher. Couldn't remember what the word for it was. And I'm sorry, the lighting is an asshole. And then Aphrodite's, hello. Her 2 pictures, her mirror, and then her candles. Kind of rearrange things a bit. At some point the stuff just kind of gets repetitive, but crystals in the back, her 2 illuminator candles, her solar aspect shell, and then her, I guess to say left, it's like her Aphrodite and Venus, kind of. If I've explained it in other videos, I'm just really tired right now and not making a lot of sense. I apologize. So yeah, just the rose quartz pillar here, and then like her whole sun shell, and of course there's her whole base there, and the other little mirrors, and her thing is again just filled with shells and crystals, and then there's emerald here, coral, and another shell. And ta-da, that is Aphrodite's altar. Yeah. So, that's about it. Again, lighting's awful, but I put my flowery garland thingy up there. You can't see it because lighting. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you all have a wonderful Ostara. Goodbye and blessed be.